my presentation was on the past, present, and future of alternative and complementary medicine. So this is my overview. I'll go over my essential question, like what I did in my project, the past, give you a little history, the present and the future. I'll give you a little backside on what traditional Chinese medicine is, why people choose it, and some of my experience and what I experienced with my project. Okay, so my essential question was, how does the past of alternative medicine inspire the future of medicine today and in the future? So in my project, I did a deep dive, and then I got to experience different types and just learn more about it. So I was raised kind of with the holistic approach of alternative medicine, and so I've always had a little bit of knowledge about what it is, and so I use this project as an opportunity to learn more about it and also experience new things. But yeah. So alternative medicine practitioners believe in treating the whole body rather than just the symptom. So getting to the root of the cause and putting the bodies back into harmony. It's a holistic approach with that main goal in restoring the body's balance. Some examples of alternative medicine are acupuncture, which is my personal favorite, herbal medicine, homeopathy, and chiropractic therapy, but there are many others. There's a lot of them. So the past of alternative medicine all generally stems from the idea of traditional Chinese medicine, which dates back to like 3,000 years ago and further. There's all these like old journals written about it. But in the 19th century, there was a spike in like modern day medicine, so that was due to the science being more popular and technology, so they were able to produce like today's like hospital medicine. But in the 20th century, it was re-examined, and they found that it actually does have benefits for the body and was reintroduced back into hospitals and health centers. And today's medicine is moving further and further away from that like pharmaceutical surgery kind of idea. But doctors have found that it turns out to be more useful when you combine the strategies, like for example, use of meditation to help with mental health, or acupuncture to help with chronic pain, instead of being like, here's a pill, maybe this will help with your pain. So Chinese traditional medicine was started by the philosopher Confucius, I think is how you say his name. And he believed that good health was essential for society. And the overall idea of it is that the body is a system that is all connected. So in order for you to have good health, everything needs to be in line. It also emphasizes the point of like community and social relationships is a big part of that. So for example, what I mean by everything has to be in line is like, say you've been pretty sad or been grieving, your lungs may be out of line, so figure out how to like fix that and bring that back into balance. Or fear affects your kidneys. It's all intertwined and has to be in balance for good health. So why people choose the alternative approach over a conventional approach? There's many reasons, but the main one is it tends to be more accessible for some people. For us, the closest hospital is Morrisville, which is like 20+ minute drive. And the health center in Hardwick is like a 15 to 20 minute drive, whereas we have Whetstone Wellness down in town that offers all of these things. So for us, it's more accessible. It allows people to be actively engaged in their healing instead of being like, here's a pill, hopefully this will help you. You have to actually like do the exercises. Like for acupuncture and Pilates, in order to get my ankle fixed, I actually had to put in the work and do the exercises. Something stupid like this, but it works. And I had to put in the work to get my goal. And the main thing is that it addresses the root problem rather than just the symptoms, which is really important because you can take something to fix the symptom, but you're not addressing the root problem, so it'll just keep occurring until you figure out what that is. And as I mentioned earlier, traditional healthcare involves the use of pharmaceuticals and surgery, and they can be effective for some cases, but they can be expensive and they come with side effects, and it might save you the recovery time to just go to an acupuncture class and see if that helps you. And if it doesn't, you can always do that, but there's steps to be taken before extreme measures like surgery. So, in my experience, I got to experience Reiki for the first time. Reiki is a Japanese word meaning universal life energy. So it's very big on energy in the body. It's a technique that addresses acute and chronic conditions, and the overall goal is to promote balance in the body. Recurring theme, you'll see. So, meet Kate McAllister. This is Kate. Kate is a Reiki practitioner, sound therapist, and works with shamanics and biofield tuning. And I'm sure many other things. She's amazing, but those are the main things. She is who I had my Reiki session with down at Whetstone Wellness. So I'm going to, I'll talk about my experience first before I get into that. So this is the Reiki room that I had my session in. Every session is different. Some people fall asleep. I didn't, I just felt very calm. Basically what she did is I lied down in the bed and she used different tools at different times. Basically she started by just using her hands and placing them above my body. She didn't touch me. And it's believed that the energy flows through the practitioner to you, not from the practitioner to you. So she just worked her way all over my body, and then she had this tool it was a string with a ball attached to it, and she put it over, and if it went in a circle, your body was in line, and if it went in a straight line, your body was out of balance. Might be the other way around, I'm pretty sure it's that way. And when she did that, everything was in line except for my right ankle and my right knee, which I found was very cool because that's the side of the body that I get all my injuries from for sports. And I thought it was pretty crazy that she could find that by using that tool. So she used her sound bowls she rung them above my ankle and above my knee, and it messed with the energy and put it back into balance. And then that night I had a basketball game and I was surprisingly doing great. So it works. Another thing that she used is this drum right here. It sounds like an ocean. She put it over my head. I was feeling kind of like a headache, and it made it all go away, which is crazy. Then these are biofield tuning forks, which biofield tuning is a sound therapy method that provides nervous system relaxation and relieves emotional and physical stress. And I actually happen to have, my mom's into this kind of stuff. have a bowl. I don't know. She did this to me earlier. You just ding it, and I don't know if you can hear if I get closer, but it like messes with your energy. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
And then I also have biofield tuning forks, which is that picture right there. They also have different ways of messing with energy. I can pass it around if you want to try it. Okay, I'll start with
So we're starting with me now? Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. I got it, right?
Doing great at this. Should learn this. My new career
But if you
path.
put it close,
I can hear it a lot.
you can kind of sense how it messes. You can feel the energy transfer.
Energy transfer?
Yeah. But they're always nice because they have, like, they calm. I always like to ding them and like put them in my temple. Calming. Yes. So there's that. So then there's all different sorts. There's higher pitched, lower pitched. This one. And if you guys wanna, you just like hit it off your wrist. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Put it right here.
Yeah. Do you feel calm?
Yes, now I do. I did before.
You feel better now?
Alright, here you go.
Oh. I'm gonna pass on mine. You can just start with that. That's not gonna calm my nerves. You're gonna have to sedate me.
Okay. I want to give a special thanks to my mentor, who is Jessie Upson right here. Her and her two sisters own Whetstone Wellness in town. I don't know if you've ever been there. You should go. It's a great place. This is Lindsay and Katie, and they all together made plans. And it was their grandparents' old house, and they didn't want to get rid of it, so they made it into a wellness retreat area. So in conclusion, I believe that alternative medicine is an amazing thing, and I mean, I'm a little biased, but I think with the addition that it keeps growing and being reintroduced back into the medical system, I think things can only go up from here. And yeah. These are my works that I did. The end. Thank you.
Good job.
Would you want to try it? Good, seems like she did. Any questions?
I have a question. Oh, you can go ahead.
This is a big question. I don't expect you to have an answer to it. I know you mentioned because Whetstone Wellness is close, it's more accessible. And I think I teach yoga, and as a yoga teacher, I've often found that like cost is often a barrier, and I have a hard time charging people to like come to my classes. So I'm just wondering what your thoughts are, because also alternative medicine, I found like acupuncture, you need to go repeatedly in order to like feel that for chronic pain. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on like the cost as being a barrier and like where we might be heading towards if like insurance companies might start covering it or anything like that?
Yeah, I definitely think they should, because like when you get surgery, I know you can get some insurance coverage. So I think it's only fair that you get that option, because you're taking the steps instead of getting surgery and getting to that like level of extremity. But yeah, I don't think there is any now, but hopefully maybe soon. Gursky.
Have you ever heard of it? So I went to Sedona recently, and they had these vortex crystals, and they totally, like, every place was selling these. Have you ever heard of those as far as
Vortex?
alternative? It's like a rock.
What?
It's a rock. It's a rock that's supposed to do something with energy, like if you have a swollen foot, that is supposed to help with that. Or they had all these different weird rocks that were there.
I've heard of crystals being used, but I don't know if I've heard the term vortex crystal.
Yeah, but that's what they were. Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Crystal healing.
Crystal healing is a
Yes.
thing.
I'm wondering if you learned about any form of alternative therapy that you were like, I'm not sure I believe in this one, or if you felt
Yeah.
willing,
So I
open to
watched
everything.
this documentary called Heal,
Okay.
and this dude talked. He got in this crazy accident, and he was supposed to have surgery to reconstruct his spine, and he apparently used the mental ability and reconstructed his spine with his mind. And he was walking. He wasn't supposed to walk again. At first, I mean, he might have done it, but I was like, that's a little crazy. That's my one personal opinion. I thought it was a little crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have any places in the world that you want to visit because of like the way those cultures use alternative medicine?
That's a good question. I haven't really dove into like different areas and what they do all that much. But it would be cool if I found an area that was like big on it to travel. Yeah, definitely.
See that in the future.
Yeah.
Literally anyone else.
Good job,
Shut
Al.
up.
I'm already sweating.
I did write a question down, but you answered it.
Good job.
Thank you.
I'm already starting to smell.
You sure?
Go, Arna.
I don't know how to switch it over. Oh, fine.